This is the story of the super force of space explorers.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to the Late Show here on Mornings of Mischief, because it's not morning.
Really?
Really, it's not morning. It's late night. It's late night. I don't know what happened to Mike, but it's late.
It will be by the time we're done.
Welcome to Late Night with Loki.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that.
Do that again.
Or we can do this one.
It's time to get down late night with Loki.
Holy shit.
So that's what I sent Tom for his birthday.
Yes.
Before his birthday. And the sound of Andre, the first time he hooked it up and was playing around on Midnight Sage in the morning, I'm like, yeah, this is going to get me fired for sure. But it's kind of grown on Andre now. Now it's kind of grown on him.
He liked the Optimus Prime one.
I like them all. Oh, yeah, he did like that. Yeah, he did like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's actually supposed to be RoboCop, though. But yeah,
It is?
it's the same. It's the same effect.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Holy shit.
Autobots, roll out. I'm gonna fuck you up, Megatron.
What the hell kind of voter is that?
Oh.
What kind of what?
Vocalizer, whatever it is.
Just robot, like.
Yeah, he has different settings.
More than meets the eye.
So he can simultaneously, he can do voices and he can do effects in live real time.
Yeah, if you want to. I'm still learning. What the fuck?
The fuck is that?
He's got Sparta helping him.
Yeah, you should see the computer that Loki has. Loki has. Well, that sounds like from the Pinhead movie.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
Oh my God, chipmunks! I love it.
I represent the Lollipop Guild too. How
Wow.
about you?
Uh-oh.
Oh
It's
my.
silly. Silly.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, this is
We're the chipmunks.
you should do it. Can you sing with it?
Theodore. Do, 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 do.
Damn.
God.
Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. Yeah, there's all kinds of sounds here.
Ooh, that one's creepy. You freaked me out on the show the other day when you did one of them.
You like it? It's fabulous.
Oh my God.
We'll call that one Diversity and Inclusion Disney.
I sprinkle.
Sounds like the Lollipop Gang from the Munchkins.
All right, I'm done. We're done. I'll do no more.
It's been quite a week,
Apparently.
I have to say. Tom turned the big 4-2 on Wednesday.
That's
Yes, he
right.
did.
They turned the big 4-2.
Well, happy belated birthday, Tom.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I think it's all downhill from here.
God.
Oops. It won't stop. Stop.
Can't shut it off.
Jesus. Ah!
Bring some beans.
Bring your beans. Okay. We're ready to go. Here's Mikey on his way to the show.
Arriba, arriba, ándale,
Easy,
ándale.
Gonzalez.
So, yes, what are we talking about tonight?
I don't know. It's been an exciting week. I want to talk about. I thought your birthday stream was pretty epic.
It was fun. It was. A few people showed up I didn't expect. Not because like they don't like me or anything. Just like, people have lives. They're busy. And it's just a birthday party. It's not like we're talking about the end of civilization or anything like that. So, yeah, to get that kind of respect and love, it does remind me of why I do some of these things and put up with Mike.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Where'd that go from? What?
I just had to.
Me and Andre made a list, and so we split up the list and went after everyone. Yeah, there were, like I said in the thing too, when I was trying to tell you, like there were everybody showed up at the same time, so I was getting hammered with DMs and texts about, hey, I'm trying to get in, I can't get in.
Yeah, you almost got to try and stagger that stuff. Coming from somebody who's done a lot of these birthday parties, you almost kind of got to like, okay, we're starting at this time, tell so-and-so many people this time, and tell so-and-so many people this time.
Yeah, I should have
And
done
hope
that.
you can kind of stagger it out a little bit, but yeah. And then
Yeah.
you luck out sometimes because certain people are like, well, I'm not available at that time. Well, you're like, well, what about this time? Like, yeah, I can come in then. It's like, okay, well, that works out better. Then you kind of start from there.
Yeah. And then I got people that were pissed. Like I think R&B was on the way. I don't know. Did he ever show up? Did he ever? And then George.
Yeah, he showed up right after we got done and we were all just saying our goodbyes and heading off. And R&B showed up for a few minutes. Yeah,
George,
it was cool.
George just texted me. He's like, you sent me the wrong link. I'm like, no, we signed off 20 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I heard from George after the fact.
That sounds like me Monday when I showed up right at the end of Daga's first stream. Oh, boy, I felt bad.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, I showed up right after it closed.
Oh, shit.
That's
Oh,
funny.
I've been there too. I've done it myself. And R&B is good at that, so.
And then, of course, we had the verdict this week.
Oh, yeah.
Woo-wee.
Everything seemed to happen on my birthday. We had the verdict come down on my birthday. Toby Emmerich left Warner Brothers on my birthday. Mike DeLuca started Warner Brothers on my birthday.
So one
There's
of
a
the
lot of
questions I got this offline from a bunch of people, either in Twitter DMs or whatever. people are asking me, well, how is he different than Hamada? How is he different than Zaslow? How is he different?
DeLuca, you mean? Hey, how's it going,
Hey,
Tron?
Tron.
What is up, Tron?
Oh, I'm sorry, I got to do it right.
Welcome to the legendary Tron.
There we go.
Oh, that's so good.
That smile. Oh boy.
But yeah, to answer your question, or at least the questions of the individuals who are bugging you, as far as Hamada and Emmerich, these guys are two pods of the same, pea in that respect. They're both.
Speaking of pee, your girlfriend's in the chat, Mike.
That's not my girlfriend.
Who is this person?
It's Mark the Infinitely Tired, our buddy, who's come up with this character called Woggly-Eyed Wendy.
I've noticed it everywhere. I'm like, what the hell is that?
And
It gives me
Woggly-Eyed
nightmares.
Wendy is trying to troll me and get to me, but it just doesn't. It's just I'm not triggered. It's not gonna work. I mean, good luck, but Plus today I had a 12, 13-hour work day, so it's gonna be hard to trigger me today. Anyway, there's Hamada and there's Toby.
Okay, yeah. Then you had Ann Sarnoff, who's also gone. And those are like your top epsilon people, or whatever you want to call it, at Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Now they're pretty much all out the door. Hey, Fusion, how you doing?
Hey, 24.
24/7.
Yo, what's up, man?
We need a special effect for him. 24/7 Fusion media.
Blow that shit up.
Blow it up, man. Let's do it.
Fusion Media.
There you go.
I like that.
But yeah, no, Hamada, he's a joke. Toby's a joke. Toby came up through the ranks at New Line Cinema, and I don't know how the frick he got
Toby
the job.
the guy at New Line that took out the other guy?
Kind of. He come in and because there was Mike DeLuca, Robert Shea, and a few other people on the upper ranks of New Line Cinema, Jesus Christ, Cinema, and when Ted Turner bought it out, but when he bought them, he just here, okay, go do your thing. Here's some more money. He didn't change anything. All he did was infuse them with more cash because he liked what New Line was doing, and basically he just bought them and just let them continue to do what they were doing. Robert Shea, when we interviewed, he's like, it was great. You didn't have Ted breathing down your neck. He gave you all kinds of money. We could get just about any loan we wanted, with his backing, and it was beautiful. And then when Warner came in and bought it up, that's when the trouble started. Ted Turner was out. Robert Shea was out. Toby Emmerich moves up the ranks from New Line over to the head of Warner Brothers. And this is the last guy I would have gave the job because his claim to fame was stealing the script for Frequency, the movie with Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, that was a good movie too, man.
Yeah, but he ended up settling out of court with some lady who had originally wrote it. And so that is pretty much all he'd done. And if you take away the Harry Potter and DC films, what has Warner Brothers had in the last 20 years as far as hits? I'll wait, but we'll be here all night because they really haven't had much of anything. And to me, I put all the blame on Toby Emmerich. He's also the guy who basically had the final say in Amber Heard sticking around and all that kind of stuff. So this guy needs to go. He definitely needs to go. I love he did a letter saying he's doing some soul searching and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, dude, you need to get the hell out of that position. You do not belong there. The guy who I've been saying for months and years who should have been given that role originally was Mike DeLuca. Now, this guy was one of Robert Shea's right-hand mans, and if you go look at his IMDb, you'll know what I'm saying. He's been a part of most of New Line's bigger features as you got into the 90s, like Austin Powers, Blade, all that kind of stuff. Probably even the Rush Hour films, I'd have to look, but chances are if it came through New Line, he had something to do with it, and he was a name that Robert Shea brought up quite a bit in our interview with him. So I'm sitting here thinking, why isn't this guy running the show? Well, Mike's laid low. He's been working for MGM and some other things, and now his is chance to shine. And Zaslav's been that guy who's been like, look, here's your chance. Boom, go. Because he ain't afraid to fire friends even. He's fired some of his supposed closest friends at CNN and some other places. He is cleaning house. Warner Brothers is going to change, hopefully for the better. I think by this time next year, when we're talking about Warner Brothers, we're going to have a completely different outlook on how things are going, I think.
Well, you guess who else is risen from the dead? Paramount.
A little bit. They have a little bit. Hopefully they get their crap in order. I don't know if they're just kind of doing what Zaslav's been doing on a smaller scale, but Paramount has also got an infusion of cash, and whenever that happens, they go apeshit crazy nuts and make a bunch of stupid shit.
Oh.
Like monster trucks.
Wait, what?
You don't remember that movie Monster Truck or whatever it was with the alien that took over the monster truck?
Oh, yeah.
Do you realize that idea came from the president of the company's 4-year-old grandson?
Oh yeah, I heard about
No.
That is a true story.
That's fucking. That's.
And they spent like $200 million on that movie.
Well, you know what? I need to become Mexican Iron Man. Is going to start Mexican Iron Man Studios, and I want Tom. I need 200 million. I'm going to produce content. Our first movie will be. Hold on, let me. So if he got an idea from a 4-year-old.
All our working capital is 200 million for the year.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're not gonna be able to do a lot with that. You can make maybe 4 medium-sized movies. 200 million is what it costs to make a movie like any superhero movie right now.
Oh, jeez. Hold on. Bambino, I need an idea. What can you do with 200 million?
I mean, we can make...
Bambino wants to make a
couple
puppy love story about...
That you could do.
One puppy.
You can make a couple of Joker-style movies, maybe an action film, but nothing on the level of like Avengers or Marvel or DC or anything.
Well, we're gonna start low, Tom, and work our way up the chain.
If you have ambition and you get a lot of Mexicans to work for us, we might be able to do it.
Well, look at Sharknado. That doesn't look like they got a whole lot of money. And look, there's like 20 of those motherfuckers. Every time I turn on the fucking TV.
No, they don't cost much.
Sharknado 47, Return of the Starfish.
Well, you can have Bambino crap on Johnny Depp's bed.
That's true.
Shit.
We don't have the dog side of this story.
No.
I was blamed for the poop on the bed.
Exactly.
But it was really Amber.
Where was that witness? How come there wasn't?
This is my story.
There should have been some DNA puppy poopy testing DNA action.
The Taco Bell dog, starring as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's dog that was blamed for the poop on the bed in Not My Poop.
Oh,
wait, I got one button for that one, Mikey.
What?
Or you can have that.
Oh, it didn't
Saturday
work.
Night
My
Live
thing
song.
is mucking up again. Hang on, I got to reboot everything.
Triumph.
For me to poop on.
For me to poop on. Ryan Renegade's in the chat. What's he saying?
Valiant.
Yeah, where'd Loki go? Loki, are you still here?
Yep, I'm here. I was sending out an invite.
Oh.
I had to find it.
Ryan Renegade says, for no super chat, but he is a member of the channel, says $200 million is a load of really great hookers. How would you know, Valiant Renegade? You've been married for like 473 years.
Tron knows. Tron knows.
He's probably guessing.
Guessing what?
I don't know. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's married and all that.
I've been married for 42 years, and I know 200 million will buy a lot of good hookers.
That's right.
You are happily, you sir are happily married, and you have no business with your filth and florin, and your florin and filth, and your filth and your florin.
I didn't say no filth, flying filth. I don't know what you're talking about. Fuck you.
Throw us a story, Sagador 9.
I went to Texas looking for racism.
If you're gonna play in Texas,
you know,
I don't have to go to look for racism, Loki. You know why? Because according to Lucasfilm, we're already racist.
That's right.
That's
what's
what
really
made-
funny about that?
racists.
Yep. There was a black gentleman that grew up in New York, lived in New York his entire life, and he did a trip through all the southern states, and he said he was really worried. He was really worried, and he was afraid something was going to happen. And you know what he said? He said, "I've never felt more welcome and more normal than I did in the South." And I said, "Hell yes, sir. Welcome to Texas."
Yep.
Yeah.
That's been my experience. Unbelievably. That's what everybody thought when I leave California. They're like, "What state are you moving to?" I'm like, "South Carolina." They're like, "Are you going to be okay?" I'm like, what? I think so. And they're like, well, mijo, you just need to be careful when you're driving across the South. I'm like, why? And I'm like thinking, as the days are counting down to me leaving California and driving, who's got whistling in the background?
I have no idea.
Do you hear that, or am I dreaming this?
I hear
No,
it.
I hear it too.
Someone's got some whistling or music in the background. Anyway, so as I'm getting ready to leave, the days are counting down. And first, they were kind of mentioning. Then we're getting down to like the day of.
I thought it was just setting the mood that you were going down south. Like.
No, like guess I was a Dixie, and so they're like, okay, now remember, make sure you don't run out of gas anywhere. I'm like, why not? What's wrong with running out of gas in the South?
They'll kill you, Brownie.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Well, that was what they were alluding to.
that I know.
I just turned in one of my cards right there.
I know Mike's like, I'm in Tennessee. I might be at ICC-Con, but I'm still in Tennessee. I need to be careful. And then he hears, "Hey, Brownie."
You hear how they treated me all racist 24/7?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, they called me.
But brownies are good.
Yeah, and I fell for it. Tom, these assholes, when we were at the Echo Base meetup, I'm walking across the parking lot, and yeah, I am.
You don't turn around, Mike. That was your first mistake.
I didn't just turn around. I turned around and went Dukes up.
Oh yeah, he was like ready to run. He was ready to rumble.
Ready to rumble.
I'm like, who said that? And then I'm like, was it you, Tron? Well, look, Valiant Renegade's here.
Yeah, there you
go. Speaking of the South,
I'm just listening to the conversation and just.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, just
the hooker purveyor.
Go on.
No. Pleasure to meet you, Valiant.
You two have never met?
Yeah, no, I never met Valiant Renegade, but it's a pleasure to meet him, though.
Yeah,
Fusion's voice sounds like he's got a voice box and he doesn't have one at all. Like that's some deep bass in that voice.
Oh man, thank you, man.
From another Louisiana boy.
Don't kiss his ass 24. His head just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
I remember bugging Tom. I remember bugging Tom about me radio, like before he even put up the channel.
Tom, Valiant.
Yeah, don't give Valiant.
Tom's cool. It's Valiant.
Yeah,
don't kiss Valiant's ass. His head will explode.
So. You are the problem, Valiant. I just want to let you know this.
Hell, a guy called me the other day.
We are so jealous of you. It is not fair that you are that sexy with that sexy of a voice. It's just not fair.
You know, I'll take it, but the problem is this whole panel's a sausage fest, so it's kind of a little gay for that to be. I mean, gay. But
I had this guy call me the other day and say, I need PC help, Loki. And I'm like, what do you mean? Well, I need a new computer. My Mac went out. I said, do you want a Mac or do you want a PC? He said, I want another Mac. I said, call Valiant. Just don't tell him I call you. His fucking head will explode.
Later, Paulie's telling me how amazing Valiant is and how helpful he was. And
wow. I didn't want to throw Paulie's
name you could have Arwen in here. Now, if she said, she liked the sexy voice and all
she
this,
likes
that'd be
sausages.
I know she likes this voice.
Oh, we have a question from the panel. Loki, I'm going to hit a question here that we have. Do you think there's more racism in cities versus rural areas or towns, regardless of north, south, east, or west? Well, I say West Coast, yes. Cities, yes. Rural, south, no. At least that's my
honestly in the rural South. Most people at this point in history, they just don't care.
No,
honestly, they don't. They really freaking don't. I mean, there are still, granted, there's still occasionally some certain words or racial epithets that are used just because it's been so commonplace so long, but it's not. There's not like a hatred of one versus the other. That's kind of gone by the wayside. Just most people are so they just don't care.
Most of us didn't care in the 90s. Sorry,
yeah. I was going to say, I've said it before. Like it seemed like as soon as we all figured out it's not so much a racial thing as it is a status thing or
it's a cultural thing.
Well, not just that, but like it's more of an us versus them, like as in the rich elite versus everybody else. Right. When we kind of figured that out, that's when they changed the game and they tried to remind us that we have different colored skin. because I said that they did that very subtly, but they did it enough to where it worked, right? They went and changed the man because everybody used to be, fuck the man being government, corporations, anybody keeping you down, right? It became white man then. They put white in front of it and changed everything. So that has been the mantra for the past 5-6 years. And again, I'm not going boo hoo hoo whatever, like, because it's not like white men haven't been predominantly throughout history, but at the same time, when it comes to American history, I've argued time and time again. Sure, it was rough in the first half of the 20th century. By the time we got to the last part of the 20th century, things had kind of even out. If the world was as racist as a lot of people like to say it is nowadays, I say it a million times over, and I'll still beat that mantra. Chubby Checker and Little Richard would have never invented rock and roll. Eddie Murphy would have never been the biggest star in the 80s. Will Smith would have never been the biggest star in the 90s.
Sammy Davis Jr. never would have been
There's
part of the
Sammy
Rat
Davis
Pack.
Jr. There's tons and tons of them. I could go on forever of examples that go against that narrative, and not just black people, but all kinds of races. And yeah, have people been fucked over and screwed over? Yeah, but 9 times out of 10 it has less to do with the color of their skin than it does with the status, right? Like if you're not
Nowadays,
rich and
yeah.
famous, and that's just it. We realize, if you're not somebody who can get past that door, then yeah, your chances are you've got just as much chance as anybody else, and it doesn't matter what color skin they have or what sex they are. Even because that's another thing, is I've seen a lot more equality when it comes to sex too since the 70s, after women's lib really kind of was the last movement of that era. And I don't remember growing up in a time where people are talking about how they're talking nowadays and how they act like things are. It's like, I don't see that. I've never seen that. I've never had the kind of problem. I've had plenty of bosses that were women, not white, you name it, combination of both, gay, lesbian, what have you, and it's never been a big fucking problem.
Right.
Why all of a sudden are you trying to tell me now that I have a problem with all these people? It's like, no, it's because you make a shitty fucking product and you're trying to use minorities as a fucking shield, and enough's enough, right? And I think this Obi-Wan situation has woke a lot of people up to this.
Yep.
And I'm glad. I'm very glad to finally see enough people going, fuck this. I'm not going to be called a racist just because I don't like a TV show.
Well, the worst part about that was, of course, and we've all discussed this ad nauseum, but I mean, the fact that Disney went out of their way to make that an issue 3 days before the show even launched. I mean, if that did not get your attention, if you do not understand that correlation, that they didn't even wait for the show to come out before they started blasting their quote unquote toxic fandom of Star Wars for being racist or whatever based on nothing that had come out. That was just so ridiculous. That was kind of like the last straw for me. It really was.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Valiant. Why would you want to be a Disney Star Wars fan? I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not a Disney Star Wars fan. I'm not going to be a Disney Star Wars fan.
I can't speak for other people. And I don't want to because I have a lot of friends out there like you do. We all have friends on YouTube that have varying opinions. Some people are enjoying the show. Some people are not. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody out there is entitled to their own opinion. I have no issue with it. If you're watching Obi-Wan Kenobi and you enjoy it, I don't want to take that away from you. That's fine. All I'm looking at is, why is Disney marketing this the way that they are? That's what I see. But if you watch the show and you like it and you think it's great and it's entertaining to you, then God bless you. That's fantastic. But there's a lot of people out there who are watching it that apparently are very dismayed by it, which I can understand the reasoning why. And it has nothing to do with race or gender or anything else. It just has to do with the treatment of the IP. It has to do with a treatment of the legacy characters like Obi-Wan. We already saw this. They did the same thing to Luke. They did the same thing to Han Solo.
And they did the same thing to
now
fans.
They're doing it to Obi-Wan.
And they did the same thing to the fans for every single thing. You don't like Finn, you're an ist. You don't like Rose Tico, you're an ist. You don't like the new movies, you're an ist. You're an Ob, you're a Yahtzee. It's all the same.
Well, that's the
shit.
one that
It's
bothers
the
me,
same
Loki.
playbook.
Is they're trying to throw out there now that fans had an issue with Finn. I don't remember fans having an issue with Finn. The only problem they had was that in The Last Jedi, you went and set up this character and completely did a 180 with him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a Jedi.
there was so much shit there. Like, that's the other thing. And they're trying to say, oh, the fans bullied Ahmad Best and Jake Lloyd. I'm like, I want some fucking proof. It was the goddamn media who went after fucking Ahmad Best by calling him a racist stereotype. And it was the media that pointed out that Jake Lloyd's acting ability wasn't that great. And it was the kids at his own fucking school, which they have to own up to that. You cannot blame that on Star Wars fans, right? Because a lot of that shit happened way before the internet was a fucking thing.
Same thing with Kelly Marie Tran. They tried.
Yeah, they did. Then trying to say that Kelly Marie Tran thing and that we bullied what's her face who plays Rey off the internet and shit like that, which is more horse shit. Like, I'm sick and tired of us being blamed as a group of fans who are just not as happy with Star Wars now at Disney. And this is what it is. It's just a big fucking ploy or a big ruse or coup or whatever you want to call it to try and what was that?
It's like a publicity act. It's like
it is. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a publicity stunt. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
They have nothing else to offer in terms of actual substance, and they know it. And so what they have to do is they have to drum up a PR campaign based on everything else that is irrelevant to try to draw attention to the show because they didn't know what else to do. They were look, Disney knew, and I don't think it was any accident that happened a couple of 2 or 3 days before the release. Disney knew factually they were way behind the 8 ball in terms of interest when it came to their release of Obi-Wan versus Netflix's release of Stranger Things. Then all of a sudden, Top Gun came out of nowhere on them. They didn't expect that level of fan interest to explode like it did. And all of a sudden, they found themselves in 3rd place. And then the Depp Heard trial was coming to a close. They found themselves in 4th place in trending. I mean, they kept getting beat down by everything else coming out that week, and they had to find something that they could switch and pivot the narrative on. And they came up with, well, we've told our actress to be wary of quote unquote, the racist fandom out there in Star Wars that won't like a person of color that's going to be in a new role. And it's like, we don't even know anything about this chick yet.
Yeah, you just posited that whole idea in her head.
Yeah.
And then you put it out in the media. And and people got to remember, it was the Star Wars Twitter account that started this bullshit.
Yep.
And I'm willing to bet that the person who has the
20-year-old that don't know shit.
Honestly, maybe, but at the same time, whoever it is, it's a puppet of Pedro or a Pablo Hidalgo. That's who it is.
Yeah.
Like, Pablo Hidalgo is still a problem. He's still knee deep in this shit. We're learning a little bit more now, the more as we get along here, because they're starting to admit certain things because they have to. They've had to admit Solo was a failure. They had to admit The Last Jedi polarized the entire fandom.
Silence. Users, Tron is trying to speak.
Shoot, Tron, shoot.
Typing something that's really long. Give me a few minutes because it's going to rock.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Wow, sounding like Andre. That's what's up. No
Andre
shit.
would be so lucky.
Look,
I'm just saying it kind of resembled. I had to look twice at the panel, like, yo, did he just show up? But that was cool. I like that. Good stuff.
Disney is the one that has, been racist with all their views to China. They take all the black characters and they make them smaller, or they put masks on them, or whatever. Disney is racist.
It's funny you say that. Disney. I was looking at them. I said to myself the other day, I said they're so crooked. They ride the fence on everybody and play everybody against each other. Think about this. Like in America, it's BLM, this and that. Finn is, they put him out there, and then all of a sudden, when you look at how they treated him overseas, they took him off the posters. They covered Chadwick's face with the Black Panther, put the mask on, and then the thing is, they would, and then like over here, they would sit there and they would cater to the LGBTQ community, but then overseas cut their scenes. So it's like they pander to them over here, cross seas. They tell them to go fuck themselves because they're cutting them out the posters, cutting their scenes out the movies. So it's like Disney is trying to play everybody, and the only thing that they're doing is looking out for themselves, trying to play everybody. But then when it comes to other parts of the country, the people that they're pandering to, They cut, they're cutting their screens and cutting their screen time and doing other things. It's fucked up. It's
Damn
fucked up.
right.
And they're doing it to everybody.
A lot of the LGBTQ community sees that. Hell, my 14-year-old kid sees that. She's LGBTQ, and she's the one who was telling me just the other day, Disney uses that as a shield to prevent criticism. She said that. Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, all of it. All they do is use that as a shield and a sword to prevent criticism and to attack people. Yep. That came out of a 14-year-old girl.
This all just so infuriating. Part of me is like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what level to get mad about. I don't know. Am I mad? I think the other day I was the most unprofessional I've ever been on any live stream on Tom's show on Tuesday night. And Tom, I'm sorry I was screaming for a half hour.
Why are you sorry?
I don't think it was quite a half hour.
Okay, 20 minutes.
Maybe
never
10.
apologize.
Maybe 5.
So the biggest there's lots of reasons why I'm mad.
Unless you're yelling at me about my baldness, then yes, you better.
Oh my God, no, I was not yelling about the baldness. So part of me is upset because I wanted to get excited for the show and I wanted to watch it. Part of me is bummed out. Part of me is mad because I know how corporations work, and I know that this was planned ahead of time. And all of the people that are online saying, no, it wasn't, is bullshit, because I know how large corporations work. And the proof of this in the pudding, because the assholes used the Star Wars Twitter account. But of all the reasons, I think I'm most pissed off. I think what I'm, and some people like, well, maybe, we shouldn't have taken the bait. And there's that argument, which I certainly can understand, because I told myself not to take the bait when they threw the first racist swing. But the real reason I'm mad is I'm sick and tired of all my best friends being called racist, and including me too. But mostly I'm just sick of, I don't know how you guys put up with this shit. See, I might be called this, but I also know that I'm not, I can always step to the side left and right. You guys can't. And it bums me out. It really hurts me. It hurts my feelings. It's embarrassing. And it's just, I know how these people think, and it sucks. And I'm mad. I'm mad for myself, and I think I'm probably more mad because I'm sick and tired of seeing this happen to all of us and all of you guys, and the you guys on my panel, the you guys and gals that are watching this live, the you guys and girls that are watching this replay, which there should be 400 or 500 or so, give or take, on any given week that watch this. I'm mad. I'm mad that this has happened. I'm mad that they did it, but I'm mostly mad that they did it to you guys and gals.
I only really have one suggestion that I can really say, that because as far as like dealing with this shit, like this has been an ongoing thing almost daily. I love to hear when like people like Amber claim they've gotten certain death threats, and same thing with Moses, because it's like, fuck, you have no idea, right? Like, look at half of the people that we know in our fellowship, and we can probably show you some death threats and other accusations and salacious things here, because that's the beauty of it, Mike, is even though you have Mexican Ironman in your title, like you'll get in an argument with one of these idiots, and then the best thing is you could just show them a picture of yourself and say, I'm Mexican, you dumb fuck, and they'll just block you, right? That's the beauty of it. That's how easy it is for you to get out of one of those situations. Unlike us, we're just stuck in this constant rotation of bullshit. So unfortunately, I hate saying it, but what we need is more people of different cultures and different sexualities to speak up and say, enough is enough. Quit using me as a fucking shield. Right? That's what it's going to take. And I'm not asking anybody to. I am not. And I would never dream to ask anybody to. In fact, I've had friends reach out to me. They're like, hey, do you need me to back you up? It's like, no, I don't want to feel like I'm calling in my black friend or my whatever friend. I can handle this, right? I've been there. I've done this. It's cool. I appreciate the backup and the support, but if you do that now, then it's just going to look this way. But I'm taking that away. I'm no longer saying that, because in fact, that was detrimental to this whole thing as far as I'm concerned. I should have been a little bit more open to the idea. I don't want to make it look like I'm using people as a shield either, though. That's my problem. But at the same time, if somebody wants to stick up for me or a situation or even just an idea, I'm cool with that from now on. I'm never going to get in anybody's way, because this is what it's going to take for shit to change. Same thing with people with disabilities too. It's Discovery is a prime example of all this. And this is where I've used that as an example. Until people stand up and say, wait a minute, I'm no longer going to be your circus freak anymore. I'm not going to allow you to parade me out here and say, look at our virtue signal character. Until those people stop taking those roles, until people come up and say, look, I'm not going to watch this crap because you're doing nothing but virtue signaling with this character, and I've had enough. Until people say that, there's not much we can do about it. As white people, as straight people, as what have you, we're just going to be constantly in that crosshair. But the best thing about it is when we get other people speaking up, and I love it, when you get one of these rees going after somebody on Twitter, and it's like their response back is, yeah, but I'm black. And then it's like instant block because they have no response, right? At that point, they're in a corner. They're caught doing the exact thing they're trying to accuse others of doing. And that's the beauty of it. But until that starts happening more often, things are not going to change in the social media sphere, at least, right? Like we may see some changes on a bigger level, and we're starting to see it more now. I mean, we have channels of varied cultures coming out and finally speaking out. It's nice to see. I hate feeling like it was just a men's club for the longest time with just a bunch of white boys hanging around. It really did feel like that in certain corners. But, after a while, more people started speaking up, and that's what I love to see, because you can start to question yourself after a while. It's like, am I really wrong about this? Is it me? Is Star Wars good and it's moved past me? And then you realize, no, it's them. They're the problem. And you really see it. Like I said, Star Trek and stuff like that are a better example because it's more blatant, right? Star Wars was able to hide it for a little bit until it got completely obvious. With now we've gotten to Obi-Wan, and they're pre-selling the idea that fans are going to be upset about this because they knew they probably had a shit show on their hands, and they knew they were retconning a lot of things. So they knew the fans were going to be upset. So they just wanted to make sure they had a pad.
June Wong with $5 super chat. Anyone want to touch the third rail and talk about how people from different places feel about the Confederate rebel flag?
There you go. There's another one, right? No, and you guys need to learn to shut me up when I'm rambling.
No, you're great.
No. That was absolutely no.
What's the third rail?
Great.
The third rail, like as in the New York subway, the third rail is the one that's electrified. That's
the one that'll fuck you up. I was just about to say,
when they always talk about, touching the old political argument about social security, right? So that was always considered the third rail of politics. Nobody ever wanted to dive into it. That's where it harkened back to.
Oh,
shit! You don't remember? You don't remember in B Street when that dude Spit was tagging over that other dude's name, and they started running. He chased them down, and they hit that third rail, and they both shocked and died and shit at the end of B Street.
I never saw B Street.
I remember seeing videos of people,
classic,
climb across the subway tracks, and they hit that third rail, and
there
it's
you go.
nighty night.
Well, I haven't seen a Confederate battle flag since I've been down here, and I've been in every state in the South, so I don't know.
They're relatively uncommon.
Did you not see the blanket one that I have on the couch, Mix?
Yeah,
I've never been to your place.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, because we're all Estobes and Yahtzees, so of course. Oh no.
I am El Perro de Negro, and I am here to tell you, Mira, you watched the Obi-Wan. It is the greatest Disney show ever.
You got a woggly eye like woggly-eyed Wendy. Maybe you two should get together and hang out sometime.
You take Gusta, Darth Reva. She is an amazing, bonita woman. You never seen such a great character with so much depth. You are putos. You do not know what you're talking about. It's great Star Wars content.
He's not wrong. I haven't seen that much depth in a character since Rey Palpatine.
Yeah, she bypassed the plot.
I thought we were talking about a different kind of depth. Anyway.
Where is that Mexican Iron Man?
Right here.
He's a coward.
How am I a coward when I met your stupid little Antifa SJW ass in that taqueria parking lot? And what city were we in? Tucson? Where did I meet you? And I grabbed you.
My eye, my ojo.
Yeah, and I ripped out your eyeball. I should have ripped out I thought I pounded out both the eyeballs. I thought I left you for dead, but somehow you managed to survive like fucking Kathleen Kennedy. Perro de Rivera and Kathleen Kennedy both survived day after day after day after day.
No bueno. I tell you now, you all watch the Star Wars shows. You all subscribe to the Disney Plus. You pay them their money. You give it. You go buy their stupid toys.
No.
No, I don't.
No.
You don't.
No. I don't even watch
I
their
like
shows.
turtles.
I don't even watch their damn shows anymore.
I don't have Disney Plus anymore.
No, who get this?
Nah.
No tiene. No tiene Rostico. The Rostico action figure. A General Hoto. General Hoto is like a special edition.
Well, the good thing is there's so many
Nine
Rostico
Puto.
action figures left over. You can go
General
buy them
Hoto.
anywhere right now for 99 cents.
No te gusta? No te gusta the Hoto?
Oh shit!
Oh, the lesbian bookstore owner with the purple hair. Yeah.
See.
There are
It's
junk
special.
stores everywhere, right next to Captain Marvel dolls
Yes.
Let
and
the
the
dog
Eternals.
You're not real Star Wars fans, except for maybe Tron.
Punk Waddle with the $2 super chat. Who let the dog in? Who? Not me.
I think it was Snow.
So, Pedro de Robert, tell us what exciting news you bring from your Antifa buddies.
I just want to say though, I'm a real Star Wars fan. I only like the real Star Wars.
See, like a Last Jedi.
Man, Antifa.
Really, you didn't
No
hit the
bueno.
rim shot on your little pad for that one?
Last Jedi is the greatest movie ever. Right?
Cállate.
There it
puto.
is.
No sé.
Wow.
Cállate, puto.
Okay, I can see where I'm not wanted. No, it's fine. I leave now, but I find you later, Mexican Iron Man. You watch your back.
Yeah. I'm so scared. I'm shaking.
Well, he'd have to watch his backside because you're only so tall being a dog, I suppose.
Oh, I heard about your back door. I see.
No,
there,
you
puerta.
didn't hear nothing about no back door. You stop that right now.
Everybody
See you in
minds
the
your
puerta.
ankles.
No,
He will
there's
sniff your
not.
butt aggressively.
no one's sniffing my butt, and I'm not grabbing my ankles. There's no reason for that.
Oh, I didn't know we were talking about you, Mike.
Somebody just
That's what it sounds like.
self-projected.
What are you
Just a
talking
tad.
about? Aren't you guys making fun of me right now?
No.
No.
Oh,
I'm going to go pee on
Yes.
Mexican Iron Man's pool. Putos.
no, you're not. I just got that pool
I'm
clean.
not sure what that on his poo or his pool.
I heard poo.
Like an Amber Heard. I leave a turd. It's a floater. It look like a sneakers bar.
Chingo de madre,
Is that some kind
puppy.
of weird insult to pee on somebody's poop?
No one
Yeah,
is-
it
I
is
guess for
very
a dog it is.
I guess for a dog, they wouldn't think that way. I guess.
All right, so for $1.99, your Muslim uncle with the super chat says, just jumped in to say who demand, Sunman demand. So as a belated
What the
birthday
fuck?
present, I got from Amazon today this. Here, I'm going to show you guys. What it is.
Thank you.
Speaking of
Thank
poop,
you. Muslim
I'm getting in a. Oh my god! You actually bought that
Oh.
thing?
You
Look,
got your son, man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. Me and
That's
Kata,
a black dude.
it's
Yeah.
kind of inclusive. It's diversity.
There you go.
See,
That's
It
not
was
a
actually
retro
its own
figure.
thing for a while. Yeah, I was
Hey,
gonna say it was its own thing.
Isn't that the one? Isn't that the one Jeff Johns made?
I don't know. Look here. There's a close up.
it's beautiful. Just like the new
light.
Tilda.
Let me fix the
I
light.
love that show. It's bonita.
All right, so check this out. This is pretty funny. Can you guys read his superpowers? Yeah, let me
Super
see.
Tilda.
No, hold on,
Tilda
that's
is the
not that
best.
Nah. What does it say?
Too close to the camera. Can't focus.
Yeah, it's blurred.
Loki, blow me up. Hold on.
I'm so glad He-Man is dead.
Oh, that shit
Tilda is-
up.
Tilda is the best.
Okay, here we go.
Pull it back away. You just it can't focus that closely.
With magical melanin skin, Sunman brings the light, shining brighter on all worlds when all good people unite.
Uh-huh.
Magical melanin skin.
Yeah, magical. Is that not? I gotta say,
Seriously?
is that not the stupidest shit you've ever heard?
What the?
This
Here,
is on a toy level. What we see
Wait, blow me up again.
in movies.
Stupido.
It is stupido.
Blow me up again.
Silence. Users. Tron is trying to speak.
Shoot, Tron.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck?
There you go. Oh, shit.
Tron.
Oh God.
This is what I'm talking about. This was its own original character originally. It was not Motu, from what I know of this, and they adopted it into Motu.
It's no bien.
Yeah.
No
I
bien.
don't
So
know.
it could have. It was already its own thing, and again, you have something that was already its own thing, and they're trying to manipulate it into something else.
It's mira. It looks like a mierda.
Yeah.
La mierda.
It's kind of like you, Pedro de Rivera, a made-up character that shouldn't exist.
¿Qué?
A made-up character that shouldn't exist.
No, it's the greatest puppet on the Content Nation. Everybody loves me. Look at them in the chat. They all say El Perro, El Perro.
No, they say get rid of that stupid dog.
No, here, let me ask.
You weren't the greatest in the Continent Connection. You're the worst. No one likes you, dog. Everyone thinks that you got your ass beat by Mexican Iron Man and you can't even hold your own. If you really wanted to be a big dog, you would actually take on Mexican Iron Man again and tear him up, but you can't because you're a weak ass little puppet dog that can't do shit. Shake all you want, but them's the bones. Better to accept it and move on.
Okay, I can't hear you. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, the signal dropped out. I can't hear anything. Hello?
Uh-huh.
No, bien. I got to go now. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a dog?
Uh-huh.
Technically, I'm 3-0 on YouTube because in YouTube battles, I've beaten Pedro de Rivera in a parking lot, Paulie in front of his front yard, and Master Paul at the Nashville, Tennessee Convention. Technically, I'm 3-0 right now.
That's what's up. Yeah.
And I beat Darth Arlena.
Yeah.
There you go.
Paul told me Darth Arlena beat the snot out of her.
Like, I'm sorry, but the lady behind this is like the equivalent of those idiots on Twitter who say that my 3-year-old child just can't stand the idea of AR-15s being legal and it scares them to death.
Who said that?
No, I'm just saying that's the equivalent. Because listen to this. Okay, the person that created this.
Okay.
What really concerned Eason was that her son had apparently arrived at the conclusion by himself. Our family is predominantly black, and we lived in Brooklyn. The neighborhood at the time was mostly black. So I don't think there was anybody telling him he couldn't be He-Man because of the skin color, she says. He was just smart enough at 3 years old to realize that no one in the Masters of the Universe line looked like him, and he came to the unfortunate conclusion that it wasn't meant for him.
You know what?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's because your parents puts that in your head.
All right, I'm going to laugh at him and champ clamp for a minute. But yeah.
Oh my God. He-Man is what, at my little apartment complex, He-Man is what helped me make friends. When I moved into a neighborhood that I didn't like, didn't know anybody, was scared to be in and nervous and an introvert. And it was playing with He-Man action figures after school with my buddies. Well, they weren't buddies at the time. They were actually the guys who at first, when I interacted with them, were kind of more bullies than anything else. But we found common ground, and God, I had so many great memories of adventures. It's some of the happiest moments I have as a child were those after school play sessions. God, I can almost, it's almost like it was yesterday. But guess what? I was the only one there with dark skin, and guess what? He-Man was for me.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
Your lame ass dog made an appearance, and you need to buy a leash, and you need to go to Petco like stat.
El Perro got loose again?
Yeah, you need to get a leash on that fucking dog.
That son of a bitch.
Dude, come on. Dude, like, why is he like walking around? He's only got one eyeball.
Silence. Users, Tron is trying to speak.
Shoot, Tron.
All right, it's ready. Hope you all are.
We're ready. Shoot.
What I want is a new Tron film, different story twist, a disabled guy that's similar situation that I am, his disability gone when putting on the circuit suit that Tron uses, and here's the thing, the system he got in, 50% corruption, war to fix the system and to clear the corruption. Now the true essence of the legendary Tron, that could happen in like 60 years if tech advances enough to do so.
There's a little bit in that Aladdin Avatar, yeah.
That would be sweet as fuck. That'd be sweet. Trying to be whooping my ass with that lightsaber and shit. Hey, Tron, your suit has to come with like a lightsaber attachment.
I've watched him play video games. He'll come up from behind on you, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
can't.
dude, I watched him at the con. He was tripping X-wing. He'd get his foot
Yeah.
out there and be like, ha ha ha, I'd trip X-wing.
He run right in front of him.
Did he really? Or you guys just kidding around? You're kidding around.
The world.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there either. I missed that one.
We got it. You know what, Tom? How the hell did we miss the LA film thing in Vegas?
We miss everything, man.
Like-
CinemaCon, everything.
Like we talked about that like last year that we were gonna go. It totally freaking just evaporated. Next thing I know, Kate is just sending me DMs from Vegas.
Oh, well, me and Mexican Ironman are supposed to have been going to a 49ers Seahawks game for about 4 years now. But,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Nope.
Did El Perro get into some of Puff's stash?
El Perro's been on a rampage. Yeah, he's just been
Shaky.
real ornery.
He's shaky and really. I think he got into some bad shit, dude. He's shaky and he's all like, like like spider sense is going nuts, man.
I gotta
Getting
ask
into
Tron
bad
though. Is she
shit.
worried about Jared Leto's Tron happening?
Huh?
No. Yep, and he could technically say he beat Amber Heard now, and it's okay.
Oh,
Thank you very much. I'm here all night.
That was a good one. That was pretty good. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up on that one. That was pretty good.
There you go.
Right on. Got my bonus points for the night for being late.
Where were you?
Masturbating, of course.
What? Don't talk that
Oh.
way. We got ladies
Wait.
listening. for
Oh,
God's
oh,
sake.
my bad. I thought you asked.
Maybe he was doing that with a lady. You never know.
Good Lord. I always like to, get the spunk funk out before I get on a show. It calms me down.
You're fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting.
I learned a lot from Jolly. What can I say? He's been an influence on me.
Fucking disgusting.
At least I keep it real with you, man.
Well, you missed it earlier. We're talking about the Amber Heard trial. So where are you at on all that shit?
Like, what do I think?
Yeah, where do you end up on all that? What's your analysis?
I'm surprised any money got transferred. So I think Johnny getting the positive side of the cash is a big win for Johnny and his career, and just against the Me Too movement altogether, which I personally feel like has kind of been corrupted over the last couple of years. So it's a nice kick in the balls to the bullshit that we've been getting fed ever since that one judge got put on the Supreme Court. Yeah, remember him? Was it Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, he got like just brutally attacked on the stand. I don't know if you guys watched that, but it was a real classic case of kind of what we saw with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but this time the good guy won.
This is from Monkey Jeebus. And he says, Tom's action figure.
Wow. Tom is way better looking than that.
that's those damn turtles with those freaky masks on.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the old cartoon.
So those of you that are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, explain to me why you guys are so fanatic about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Snow and Tom.
You want to
My
go first,
kids
Tom?
watch it.
They're not the only ones.
Okay, well, I'll let them go first. Go ahead.
Me or
Why are
you?
they so awesome?
Me or Tom?
Whoever, somebody explain it to me.
Well, Tom muted himself, so me.
You're not a fan of the Ninja Turtles, Mike?
No, not like you are at all. Like they're so far down on my list of top 10 fandoms, I don't even know if they're on the top 10 list.
Whoa. Okay, well, for me personally,
Like Space 1999 ranks higher for me.
Okay, the easiest connection for me to make for everybody to understand, obviously, is the Jim Henson connection, because it's the last movie he technically worked on, hands-on, creating, puppets, the turtles, for that movie. So the original movie has a special place in my heart. But I was,
right age, right time where that cartoon hit. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
You know, the Shredder and Krang dynamic was funny, but yet weird and interesting. And you know, April O'Neil wasn't like a hardcore feminist, and Master Splinter was kind of like that father figure, and so you could relate to it. And all the turtles all kind of had their own personality. So whether you were a nerd, you'd relate to Donatello. Whether you were kind of a hang loose, go surfing type of dude, chilling, skateboarder type, you might be Michelangelo. If you're more sarcastic, you'd probably go with Raphael. If you're more honorable and just, you know, all about getting your work done, you'd be with Leonardo. So they all had their separate characteristics that, you know, kids could bond to and be like, ooh, I like him better than him or whatever. So I think from that aspect, it was genius marketing, and they dropped the movie and the merchandise and the cartoon all at the perfect time, because before all that, the comic book wasn't really well known. It kind of got lucky.
Okay, Tom, what can you add to that from my understanding and learning?
Silence. Users, Tron is trying to speak.
Shoot, Tron.
Guys, I need to go. My back's starting to hurt. Have a good one, fam.
All right, Tron. I'll see you next
We love
Friday.
you, we love you, brother. Take care.
Take it easy, man.
Have a
Love
good
you,
night.
bro. See you next week. Okay, Tom, you're up.
First and foremost, I guess just the idea alone is just hilariously ingenious. You add in especially the original design idea is very appealing visually to me.
Yeah, I can
it was
see
a
that.
perfect storm of the time that it came out. It had like, it's one of those things where all these things together shouldn't work together, and all the copycats proved that TMNT was kind of like a 1 in a million shot that you're only going to get once in a lifetime. And I mean, overall, like, all the things that Snow just said are true, as well as just at that time for me, I don't know, I just clicked with them, you know, because I went from, you know, Star Wars was kind of always in the background, and so was Superman and superheroes. But like, you had, you know, He-Man was the main toy, and then I went from He-Man to Ghostbusters, and then from Ghostbusters to TMNT, and that was kind of like my last
hurrah.
Well, yeah, because at that point I was getting older. The last Ninja Turtle movie came out when I was 13, so the first real big run of it kind of was like just the perfect time for me at my age. You know, I was 8 when the toys came out, and I rode that pony until it died, basically. I mean, it never really did die. That's the beauty of it. Ninja Turtles
It hasn't died at all.
was one of those rare franchises of the 80s that didn't kind of peter out. Like, we talk about all these great things from the 80s that live on, but if you stop and think about it, only a real handful of things really, like Transformers, G.I. Joe, stuff like that. Once you start getting into you start asking people if they remember Mask or Silverhawks, you get a couple of cockeyed looks sometimes. And some people will remember, but again, like, you're talking like deep cuts then.
Right. All right, well, that makes sense. Anything you want to add, Loki?
Yeah. Number one, what Snow said about each turtle for someone is absolutely correct. I was an angry kid. Raphael was my favorite Ninja Turtle.
Right.
Why? Because he was angry and he was mouthy. But it wasn't until the movie was being done that the Ninja Turtles became a household name in my house. That was just something I watched, a cartoon I watched on the television. When my mother found out that Jim Henson, the animatronics and all that shit was being done by Jim Henson, that's when everything changed in my house. And suddenly Ninja Turtles was a big ass thing in my house. Everything was about Henson. We watched Muppets. We watched Dark Crystal. Anything that Henson did, we watched because my mother was an artist and my mother loved all that shit. So it was like everything after that point, you can get as much Ninja Turtle shit, watch as much Ninja Turtles as you want, all because of Henson. And when you grow up in an environment like that, I still watch it. I was watching it the other night, and I got, why are you watching this? And I was like, because it's fucking Ninja Turtles. That first movie is gold. That second movie's good, but that first movie is gold. It's dark. It's menacing. It's
Well, and the
Ninja
first movie
Turtles.
does a great job of capturing every element that created the Turtles, right? It's not quite the cartoon, which was an extension of the toy. It wasn't quite the comic, but it had more in common with the comic than it did anything else. So it was this complete marriage of all of the things that made Ninja Turtles, and it was pitch perfect, right? Like, it wasn't too kiddie, it wasn't too adult, it was dark enough and gritty enough to be taken realistically, right? Like, it had a verisimilitude to it, even though it was a movie about talking turtles that did ninja. You know?
And they made
Right.
sure to put actual martial artists in the suits.
That's
so
right.
That way they could pull off the actual kicks and the stunts. They had to make them believable. So the voice actors were used, like I believe Corey Feldman played Donatello.
Yes.
And, yeah, so you had some good voice actors
Robbie
involved.
Riss did Mikey, and Josh
Right.
Paez did Raphael, and Brian Toshi did Leonardo.
But every single one of the Turtles and Shredder all had martial arts skills, and that's what made the movies absolutely memorable, because the action felt real. It felt like it was a fight. It felt like there was real risk and real stakes, and that's what grabbed the kids to the movie. They're like, oh my god, one of the turtles could die, Splinter could die. So that it immediately hooked us in. Like Tom said, I'm a couple of years older than Tom, but it hit me at the right age too. That was pretty much my last franchise.
Well, I was born in 80.
I was in 78, so yeah.
Yeah. And then Dave Bob brought up the pizza, of course, in the chat. And yeah, pizza was a big thing that helped catapult Ninja Turtles to that next level, too, because it had tons and tons of tie-ins at all kinds of pizza restaurants and merchandising, and alone. Well, there's a great video out there of where the Playmates guys are talking to Eastman and Laird, the guys who created the Ninja Turtles, and they're like, look, there's a 3-year window on these things. So we want to get in there, get it, get as much out of it as you can by that 3rd year, because that's when it's going to be done and over with. And here you are 35 plus years later, and they're still technically going strong. Yeah, they're owned by Nickelodeon now, and there's some issues involved with them, but it isn't, you can't deny the impact they had on not just one generation, but several, right? Because I remember when they first came out, and I had the toys and the cartoons and everything. Like, my older cousin was the one, like my cousin's boyfriend was the one who introduced me to the fact that there was comic books, and not just kids comic books.
Yes.
But he's like, these came from comic books, right? And I'm like, no, what do you mean? I'm like, I got the Archie comics. Yeah. But he's like, no. They came from a completely, and he introduced me to the original comics, and it blew my fucking, I had no idea, right? Like, that this is the kind of comic it came from. And if you open that first book and you start reading it, like, one of Splinter's first lines is, I've trained you for the past 15 years to assassinate the Shredder, and now the time has come. It's kind of, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, holy shit, this is something completely different than what you would expect, because it is pretty hardcore. There's a lot more seriousness to it, as goofy as an idea as it started. Like, these guys sat down and they wrote this comic book, and they're like, holy crap, everybody kind of got into this, and next thing you know, they're selling out every month, making it from their own house. And they built a studio off of it, and that's why they called it Mirage, because it didn't technically exist. Because they made the first few issues in their kitchen.
And it's not just turtles, because one of the things I would learn later is there's this kick-ass game that everybody knows is 40K, but there's this kick-ass old world game of Warhammer where you have got a race of these fucking rats that are like, they're one of the clans. It's like they're all assassins. They're all like ninja killer assassin rats, and you're like, holy shit, it's like an army of evil splinters, and you're like, that's fucking badass.
Well, if you stop and think about it, a rat would make a perfect ninja, right? A turtle, on the other hand, wouldn't. That's the joke. But I'm glad you brought up video games, because that was another catalyst for Ninja Turtles. People forget how huge that Nintendo game was. In fact, for a time, I think it was the biggest selling Nintendo game until like Mario Brothers 3. And the arcade game was huge too, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta point out also the longevity of the show, especially the cartoon and the action figures and so on, was the characters. They kept coming up with new interesting characters. Like I loved Usagi Yojimbo, which was like this badass samurai bunny from the past, and there was also crazy characters like oh, help me out here, Tom. Like
Well, you had everything from Muckman to
they had a whole set of
Pizza
frogs
Face to the
from
frogs.
Yeah.
Casey Jones was a real famous one too.
Casey Jones was an OG character though, yeah, Casey. Yeah. And then like some of the earlier, like Bebop and Rocksteady were two of the first earlier toy creations. But you had like creations that were kind of loosely based on things like from the comics, like they had the Utrom, which were like a race of like these brain-like creatures, which of course became Krang. And then you had the Triceratons and the other people and the there was other things they kind of brought in. They did their own versions of it, but like over time it just kind of mutated, for lack of a better word, into its own fucking thing, and it just took a life of its own on. And again, it came out in that period of gross out stuff for kids. Like boys love that stuff. And you're a slime, but anything slime involved, like we were there.
Right. Yeah, I remember like today I ran by a old school comic that I saw, and I looked on the back. They had a toy line from Jim Lee. It was Ninja Turtles and Savage Dragon, and I was like, wow. I remember that from the 90s where they had the Ninja Turtles and Savage Dragon, part of the same toy line. So I was like, wow, that was a long time ago. Savage Dragon.
Oh, the toys sold like crazy. I swear they started running out of ideas because they kept coming back with Turtles in Disguise, Turtles at the Beach.
Yeah. Well, that's because they figured out that turtles are the only thing that really sell better than anything else.
Right. Yeah.
And then you had a lot of the Playmates crossovers because they had the Star Trek license. So then you had like Trek Turtles, and they had the WWE license for a while. So then you had the Wrestling Turtles and all that stuff.
Yep. Does that answer your question there, Mexican Ironman?
Yep. I mean,
that last part was a big part too, was the crossover, right? Like you had a lot of people that would get into it just because, oh, I'm a WWE fan. Well, they got these turtle toys now, and then, it would create new fans that way too. But plus, it helped that you had a new series every 5 to 10 years too.
I mean, to the point where they had their own fucking cereal, bed sheets, towels. I mean, fuck, man, clothes. I mean, it was just, it's
that first movie though definitely put him on another level, and it's a great story how that movie came together because it almost never was. Nobody wanted to make it. Believe it or not, you had the biggest IP since Masters of the Universe, and everybody in Hollywood didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, mainly because of Masters of the Universe, the movie. They're like, we're not.
Sorry, Tom. The cartoon took off, and that's what spawned the movie. So they caught us at the right time because we had the cartoon and the action figures already before the movie came out.
Well, everybody in town turned it down, and it came across New Line Cinema's desk, going back to New Line Cinema and Robert Shea and that crew. And I think Mike DeLuca was somebody who really championed the idea. He's like, we should do this. We should do this. And Bob's like, I don't know. Everybody else turned it down. And then I believe it was Sarah Risher or somebody else in the office who said, oh, the Ninja Turtles, my kid loves that. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, I bought him all the figures. He's 10. He can't talk about nothing but the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it. Give him $6 million. Because they needed 10 and they only had 4. Otherwise, they weren't going to be able to finish the movie. And Brian Henson and crew and Jim Henson and crew, they basically worked for nothing. Right, like they put almost all the money they were getting for the production back into the puppets and stuff, because Brian knew that if they could get these to work on screen,
right,
that was the next generation of them being able to because he was more about building, because at this point Jim was sick already. He wasn't a big part of things. He was still going, but Jim needed some convincing when it came to Ninja Turtles because he was not sure. He's like, I don't know, this is pretty violent and dark and.
Right.
I don't know. I like the idea of ninjas because at that time ninjas were only known as assassins and stuff like that, and it had the negative connotation to it. And Brian's like, no, trust me, we can do this, and this will convince people of what you've been trying to convince them of for years, and that is that you can do photorealistic puppets on screen, no strings attached.
Right.
Like that was his big thing, and he took basically the Hoggle character from Labyrinth. and he made it bigger, and that's how they made the turtles. It's the
Radio
same
control,
design.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He's got a little backpack in the back, and that's where all the radio controls are, and he's got an oversized head, which has all the animatronics in it. Yeah.
And that head, everything from Raphael screaming in rage to Michelangelo laughing to Donatello being like, "Huh?" All of that in the faces of those turtles made those damn movies.
And they did have some specialty faces here and there, obviously stunt faces, and some for certain expressions that were, exaggerated expressions. But for the most part, you're right. Like, I'd say at least 80 to 75% or more of the expressions they got were out of those hero masks. And yeah, I mean, that they were able to do that at that time for the money they were able to do it for and make it believable. And to this day, you can still go back and it stands. It holds up against, I dare you, put it up against any CGI.
Oh
And you'll
no,
be like,
the
"Fuck that
practical
noise."
effects are amazing, and I mean it's like a real universe, a real world, and especially for the time, I think it's completely immersive. That movie got me into nunchucks. I mean, I'm not as hardcore fan as you guys
Oh,
are, but
I love nunchucks.
but
Because
I've
of
got
that, yeah.
I've got 3 sets of nunchucks downstairs in my garage, and I periodically will mess around with them. But I mean, that movie alone got me into nunchucks. But I was so far deep into He-Man that, to me, Teenage Mutant. I like the comic books, so I did buy a bunch of the comic books. I thought they were really great.
Well, He-Man phased out in the 80s, and I remember, like, Tom got into Ghostbusters. I got into, like, Micro Machines and G.I. Joe for a little bit.
Yeah.
But, when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, that was the must-have. And if you found all 4 turtles at a store, you would have an absolute meltdown to your parents to get them, because
Well, that was the thing too, is right, Snow. Like, we'd come to school and at least everybody had at least one of the turtles, right? Like, that was the whole thing, is you try to find somebody who had, and then you'd all play at lunchtime or recess, whatever, with the yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were really lucky if somebody had like some of the bad guys and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to get Shredder. Like, the original set, I think, came with or the original release of Turtles, I believe it was just like the 4 Turtles, Splinter, April O'Neil, and Shredder. And I think
You're correct.
Rocksteady and Bebop came a little later. Yeah.
I think they were part of the original initial wave, but yeah, and I think Krang was in there too.
Maybe, yeah. He was just in a little walker.
Just in the little walker thing, yeah.
Yep.
You got the body though. You got the body later, and you got that
Later
damn
on, yeah.
the enemy vehicle. Because I remember having the turtle van, but I didn't have the foot base.
Well, the turtle van and the blimp and the sewer lid thrower were the first 3 vehicles, if I remember correctly, too. And that was another thing that was the beauty of it, is the guy who was like most well known for pioneering He-Man. I can't remember his name right now. He went from Motu because he got sick and tired of the way they were doing things there, putting out these shit characters, and then She-Ra came in and took over. And then he had had enough. So he jumped ship over to Playmates, and he was the one who was more responsible for Motu, and he took TMNT, and he took all the ideas that he knew worked for Motu and made it work on Ninja Turtles, because then he's like, okay, you got to have X amount of this kind of character. You got to have several different levels as far as your vehicles, because you can't have all these expensive vehicles. So, kids can afford something, right? Like, that was the thing, is he knew you had to have, and they kept the figures down under $5. That was another thing he was very adamant about. And so that's why they were a little bit more, not as articulate as we're probably used to at that time, but that kept the costs down and the type of plastic they were made. Like, they did a great job with them. Now they had their flaws, but I mean, at the time though, they were just the most unique characters, much like Motu, than we'd ever seen before, right? Like, it's like, I'd never seen anything like that. And they knew how to market Masters of the Universe, and they did the same thing with Ninja Turtles. And a lot of it was the color schemes and how they made the characters look. And if you look like a Motu character, or you look at a TMNT character, they look like a billboard ad, right?
The difference
they stick out. Yeah.
Yeah, the difference there is He-Man's movie flopped, and the Turtles movie didn't. So I think that might have been the demise of He-Man.
Well, the demise of He-Man, it was already, I do suggest anybody who's a Masters of the Universe fan, check out our series of documentaries, because we really break it down. Like, Motu was already dead before that movie came out. She-Ra killed it. Nobody wants to admit it, but She-Ra killed He-Man. We can love She-Ra all we want, but the people at Mattel will tell you that it's pretty well known that basically once the girl team took over, it was over. No boy wanted to play with them.
everything in Eternia looks so good. It was like everything in Eternia looked good. And then they're like, no, we're going to go to Earth. And you're just like, what the hell?
Well, that was another problem is your main Masters of the Universe audience, like the large portion was already too old to go see a movie like that. Like they had moved on, right? Like when I had moved on from Ninja Turtles, like people asked me about Power Rangers and shit. It's like, I don't know shit one about Power Rangers because I was 14, 15 by the time those came out. I was trying to chase women down. I didn't give a fuck about a Power Ranger. You know, like to me it was...
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could understand at that point, by the time the Motu movie came out, a lot of the original fans were 14, 15 years old, right? Like, they were my older cousins. They were the ones who got me into Motu.
Yeah.
Like, Motu started in 82. So, like, yeah.
The very last toys I ever bought were a small set of these Alien toys that came out based on the second movie by James Cameron. And I bought all the Alien action figures. I really liked them.
You know, there was supposed to be a cartoon that went with that never got released.
That's right. They had little comic books with them and stuff. They
the name of some of the figures still had the cartoon name on it because it was like Operation something or other. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah.
Well, they ended up remaking them and putting them out again. I ended up seeing them at Walmart one day. I'm just like, holy shit!
Really?
They remade everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some of the newer Alien toys and Predator toys they brought out recently. They're kind of chintzy, but they're fun. You can get these big play sets with like a bunch of figures in them and stuff, and different aliens.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good stuff out there too, like expensive stuff. But I mean, they've got some different levels of toys now that I like to peruse the toy aisle. And once in a while, I'll pick up some goofy shit. Like I could probably go in the next room and show you guys some goofy shit.
We're still kids.
If you want to see some shit, give me some.
Yeah.
No, but those NECA turtle figures are what we've been wanting since we were kids, right? Like the moment we got those in our hands, and I love the big ones. Don't get me wrong, I love the big 12 or 18-inch or whatever the hell they are. They're nice, but they're more display. Like here, I'll grab them here while you guys are yakking. But here,
yeah, I got a few myself. They've become an addiction because
so
well
this is right outside of my studio. Here we go. There you go.
Holy
shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
Thank you.
Holy shit, that's scary.
That's fucking sweet.
Fuck.
So I got Alien. I got the original poster to the right next to it. I got the Aliens poster right across from it.
Wait, is that like you walk down the hall and it's right there?
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
that would scare the fuck out of me.
The door right next to that alien head is my office door.
So it's like right outside your office there.
Yeah, it's right outside my office. And
Holy shit.
I have run into that fucking thing more than once. No, that's Bob. That is Bob. That is the alien Bob. So.
All right, Tom, what do you got to show off?
Oh, I was just. I mean, most people have seen these. These are just the NECA 6-inch versions. Of course, I mean, just the detail is amazing.
Yes. No, the movie ones, I love
and
those.
the articulation, of course,
Oh, wow.
and then of course, you know, we got April here, who's more recent one.
Yep.
She did a good job on her. One of my favorite. Oh, this shredder is fucking amazing. Man.
Ooh, hold him up closer. Put him up.
I know. I wish my thing would focus better, but
Oh, that's badass.
Oh, it looks good, yeah.
I need to get a new camera that actually focuses.
Hey, does the mask come off?
No, sadly, they didn't come with another head either.
Oh, wow.
Oh wait, maybe it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it looked like it did. I was like,
yeah.
Holy shit. Look.
Yeah, I didn't know that until now.
It's your boy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. But yeah, and I just love the detail they put into these, and I swear I had an influence on one of these because when they first put out the design of these, I posted that Michelangelo doesn't have chains on his nunchuck, and then when they came out, they were the right, you know.
Wow.
They had the leather instead of the chain, but yeah. Just the detail that went into the faces, because each one has their own different, personalities in their faces.
Oh yeah.
You know? So they did a great job of that, and of course, Splinter looks amazing. Like,
yep.
Oh yeah.
Good.
That shit was there. That was awesome.
Yeah, they did a great job with these. I mean, if you can find these, I cannot recommend them enough to pick them up.
Are those the ones? I got the ones that came in the double packs.
That's basically what these are. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh, yeah.
Here's Mine's still in the box. Tom likes.
Yeah, I got Token Razor out somewhere. I just don't know where they're at.
Took a Razor here. That was kind of like a special deluxe box set. Sorry about the glare, guys.
Nom noms.
Blow 'em up.
Oh,
do it again.
There we go.
Mom.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that.
Mama.
Mama. Bantha.
Oh, mama.
box looks like here.
They're babies. They're stupid.
Try to avoid the glare of my light. There we go.
Well, they're stupid infants.
And then I also got.
I love Token Razor. Unapologetically, I don't care.
We're doing a little show and tell here. Let's see.
Masters have fun.
Casey Jones and Raphael.
Oh, Casey's the bomb.
In the trench coat.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got that double pack, the one with Shredder and
I got that in my
Splinter,
room,
and I've got the Super Shredder.
The one I need is Farm April and Farm Casey. That's the one I need.
Yep, I got that.
Yeah, I got
Shredder.
I got the dark Super Shredder and I got the regular one.
Yeah, I don't have the dark one yet.
Which cover is that one?
It's just the
front?
regular movie.
Okay, yeah,
cover.
I got that one and I got the dark one. Yeah.
Still looking for the dark.
June Wong with $2 super chat. Bob the alien looks like a big black droopy.
Oh, don't be mean to Bob. He's just a little flaccid.
got myself a toy addiction though, guys. That's for sure.
Yes, we do. I hear you, brother. Yeah, you got that double pack right behind you there, the Shredder and Splinter one. That was the last ones I had to get that I wanted some to open. Otherwise, I've got the single ones, the original GameStop ones. Those I refuse to open. Because they look really nice stacked up on each other and all that kind of stuff. So. They did a great job with these. Like NECA is kind of hit and miss sometimes, but these they did an amazing job with. So I can't fault them for that. These were the ones we always wanted as kids, right? We're just like, just want ones that look like the movie. Because they did those movie turtles and they were kind of grotesque looking.
Yeah, they look bad, and so did the Token Razor, but. The Super Shredder was okay, I remember, but I think we also got our 4-packs of TMNT2 action figures coming out. Me and Tom both ordered them, but we won't get them till next year, I think.
I don't know. I got some alert here recently, so I don't know what's coming out. I don't know if I'm getting something in the mail soon or not.
I ordered a Beverly Hills for me and Tom, and it's supposedly
Still ain't showed up. What the fuck's up with that, Mikey?
So supposedly it's still in China.
China.
Yep.
I got the soundtrack for all 3 Ninja Turtle movies. I know there's more than that, but I only count the 3.
Oh, did you get it on record?
Yeah, they're on vinyl. I got all 3 on vinyl.
way.
Oh yeah.
How'd you get the third
You know
one
what?
on vinyl?
That's something that you guys didn't mention. I will say this: I love the music of the movie.
They shipped it from the UK, Tom.
I did not know they did the third one on vinyl.
Yep.
I don't have the first 2 on vinyl. I got a couple singles, but yeah, these are somebody did new weapons for these. These are not the weapons they came with originally. These are like some fan went in and painted these, but yeah, this is not the original version, so I should find a better picture than this. But yeah, they were kind of grotesque looking before. This is sort of the Playmates versions. Them were not the versions I was looking for though. But yeah.
These are not the versions you're looking for.
Sorry, Mike. You asked a small question. You got a lot.
No,
of
this is the answer. That's what makes fandom beautiful. This is exactly what we used to do when we were kids. There's like this is what it is. We're all sharing what we like and love, and what about it, and all this stuff. I mean, that's what life's about. Not sitting here getting accused of being racist for something. This is exactly why streams like this exist, so we can get to share with each other the things that mean the most to us. This is awesome.
Well, sadly, I started seeing some of the discourse that we've seen later on in other fandoms start in places like Ninja Turtles, and that started with that damn Michael Bay movie. And then Rise of the TMNT and all that kind of stuff. You started seeing factions happening there, and
I love me some Megan Fox, but I just couldn't get into those movies.
Don't get me started on those fuckers.
Just couldn't do it.
She's the dumbest fucking character in those movies too.
Yeah. No, the Turtles, when they turned them to CGI, it just didn't have the same feel. They felt real in the old movies. They didn't.
Yeah, I got the first 2 of these. Did the part 3 for these too?
They did a part 3 for these two. This is the only one I've got uploaded. I didn't know. Oh my god, that's loud.
Oh, you'll have to send me the link for part 3 then, man. I did not know they did a part 3.
Yep. This is just. I think this is just 2.
Yeah, I got part 2 and 1, and then I got the official pop soundtracks. But
oh yeah, the green ooze disc and
yeah, I think that's the one I got. Yeah. Then I just bought one recently that was supposed to have the theme song on it, but I didn't pay attention, and it's the video game version, so it's not the original theme song. I was like, lame. I paid a lot for it. It was like $30.
I never played the video game. Was I any good?
Oh god, yeah. The
oh,
game
they've got a
was
bunch of
very good.
They've got a bunch of them.
The original
there's a lot
Nintendo
of them
was
you can't
good.
buy.
Well, they're supposed to have a lot of them out on that Cowabunga collection or whatever coming
I've got
up.
that pre-ordered. I've got that pre-ordered on PS5, so I can't wait for that.
Guys, I'm not being sensitive to 24/7. I just remembered something. Since
What?
24 is kind of a comic guy, and 24 is of what we call the brown folk background, being Puerto Rican and Cuban as he is. 24, I want to make sure that your people feel welcome on this live stream.
What do you mean, you people?
Well, I want him to know that diversity of the Puerto Rican and Cuban peoples is important to us.
Like,
we want to be
El Perro.
We
What
want.
the hell are you talking about?
Hold on, let me.
Everybody's-
We want to be inclusive, and I just got to ask 24/7.
What's up?
Are you cheering and rooting for Aztec Mayan Submariner?
Nah.
But
fuck nah.
But your people are going to be represented.
I don't give a nah. I don't fuck that. Nah, I ain't with that shit. What's up, Six? Keely Chow, everybody.
What do you mean? You mean?
Come on, you're not excited and fired up for the retelling of the story to include brown folk?
Nah, actually, man, I heard that movie's gonna be some. I heard. Ooh.
What?
I heard that. Ooh, the diversity in that movie is gonna be quite stunning and brave. So
What
yeah,
do you mean?
Shit.
Give us a preview. That's why you're here. Let's go.
No, that's not why I'm not here for that shit. What you mean?
Go tell us what we can expect in the movie.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be that, and it's gonna be a bunch of other folk in there. I heard they have actually they have some I heard they hired, if I'm not mistaken, they've hired like a bunch of Native Americans and indigenous people to be in the movie to represent different cultures that they're going to be fighting Wakanda. I heard there's going to be a bunch of other shit going on in there other than you watching Wakandans running around, I guess, along with whatever Submariner's going to bring. So yeah,
So it's gonna be brown folk versus the black folks. So it's gonna be like South Central LA.
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa, whoa. You know what's
yeah,
crazy?
actually, yeah,
They're-
all
they're
that's going to
doing
be
the
in there.
same-
Though.
They're doing the exact same thing to the Predator franchise.
Yes, absolutely. I was just thinking that. Yes, absolutely. That movie's gonna suck balls. And it's because they're just
It's Predator versus a bunch of ancient civilization.
Well, it's like a female predator going against
A female
their,
lead.
and let me ask you something. You've got invisibility, you've got staff weapons, you've got plasma casters. One of these son of a bitches took out an entire elite special forces group in the late 80s, early 90s, late 80s, right? So one of these things took out an entire special forces group in the late 80s.
And I'm going to explain to you how it's going to happen in the movie. But first, we got to say bye to Valiant Renegade. Thanks for joining us. Love you, brother. And he's got to get up at 6 a.m.
Valiant Renegade's here?
Yeah, I've got an early day. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
I've been listening.
Hey, take it easy, brother.
He ain't said shit
Good to
for
see y'all, but
3
thanks for having me
hours.
on. We'll do it again.
Love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Love you, buddy.
Take it easy,
brother.
Next time we should let Valiant Renegade share something. You know, I feel like he kind of got left out.
All right, next time we can talk anime. All right, but Loki, here's how the Aztec princess Mayan, whatever the hell, Cherokee. No, I think they're gonna go with Cherokee. They're going Cherokee in the Predator movie.
No, it's Sioux. There's Sue. She ain't
Whatever.
That bitch ain't Cherokee. I'm Cherokee. She's not fucking Cherokee.
Okay,
it was Aztec.
Okay,
like,
whatever. Anyway, so look, Predator's got invisibility.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Submariner, so I added you some water.
I thought we were like in a bubble bath.
I was like, oh shit,
Hot
underwater boogie.
I am the Submariner. You can call me Latinx.
Sounds more like Hot Tub Man.
Dolphin.
It's Jacuzzi Man.
Baby.
Jacuzzi.
They call him Flipper.
Underwater boogie from Parliament.
Faster than lightning.
Okay, so here's how it's gonna go down. The way that the Predator is gonna get taken out by the Sioux, Indian, Native, Aztec, warrior chick is that she's gonna have poisonous frog blow darts.
I'm sorry, but knowing what I know of predators, this whole idea of predator going up against an indigenous tribe is kind of pussy. Like, I'm sorry, a predator would not do that.
They have glowing green blood, Mike. I'm sorry, but frog fucking poison isn't gonna do dick to glowing
not
green
just that,
fucking
just
blood.
Look at the history of the predator and what we know about him. They won't kill you if you're not a threat. For a predator to come in and annihilate, basically, they have enough firepower for one predator to annihilate an entire tribe, right? Or city, for that matter, right? So, like, for them to go after a tribe of Indians, or I'm sorry, Native Americans, whatever you want to call it, it is fucking the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Because if I was, unless it's a bad predator and another predator comes in and helps them, because that is like that is not the type of thing a predator would do. They like to go up against somebody who is an actual threat, right? Like, to them, it's a pussy move to do something like that.
That's why they take the skulls and the spine, because it's a trophy collection. They're going after the best of the best that they can find.
Exactly.
And that is all about mating. If you ever read the books, the greatest hunters get to mate with the most female predators. And they have
is that what my
no shit. And they have litters. They don't just have it's not just like, oh, predator has a baby. No, they have litters. So the greatest hunters get the best mates.
Oh, so that's how I do it.
They have the most offspring.
It's all about the puss.
It's all about the puss.
Yeah.
It always is.
Oh wait, who did that? That sounded good.
That
wasn't me.
Is that you, Loki?
No, that wasn't me. That was 24.
That's 24.
24, you did that?
Yeah.
Do that again.
Nah, hell no.
Want some candy? Want some candy?
Oh shit. Oh man.
Who did the music to that movie?
Wasn't it Goldsman? Jerry Goldsman?
Tom, you would know.
Alan Silvestri did the original.
That's the best soundtrack ever. Look out, Predator! I've got my frog blow darts. Look out, Predator! Here I come with my blow darts. I'm doing my Native American chant.
Don't forget the bow and arrow.
Oh my god, that's racist.
Well, no, hang on. They're going to say Arnold Schwarzenegger's character beat the Predator with just a bow and arrow and some camouflage clay.
I beat that thing with a bow and arrow and just some mud.
And some swings and trees on ropes. So I think that's how they're going to try to play it like that. But he still had explosives, is what they don't think of, So,
he had a lot of shit. Well, that was the thing, is the Predator went up against an elite mercenary team in the first movie.
Right, and here's the other thing. I'll bet little Sue Princess here. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll bet she's going to be like 5'3" and 100 pounds.
Well, it doesn't matter because they're going to have all this experience with hiding with clay and using special weapons and tricks in
like
the forest.
Rambo.
Yeah. She's going to be Rambette.
Oh.
Well, look at it this way. The first movie was mercenaries. The second movie, he came to an urban jungle because there was a height in gang war activity. In the third film, they literally kidnapped the best of the best of the best of the best of the best killers and put them all on a planet together for the Predator to go up against.
I like that movie.
Yeah,
and then even if you consider Alien versus Predator, the whole idea is they're just there to go up against the aliens. The humans just kind of drop in on the situation, right? So even then, it's like, again, the Predator is set up. I hate to use the word noble, but it is kind of a noble creature in a sense that it's not going to kill a baby. It's not going to kill a kitten. It's not going to kill some kid. It's not going to kill some woman cowering in the corner. But if you're somebody who has a gun pointed at him, he will come after you because that's what he's there. Like that's his thing, right?
And I loved in the second movie when he grabbed, what was her name, Leona? He grabbed her, and even though she had a gun, it heard the baby in her stomach and was like, "Oh, off limits."
Exactly. Like they've made it pretty clear the type of creature the Predator is. Like I said, you can almost use the term noble, right? They do have a code of conduct or ethics to them.
And that's what the last couple of movies didn't really get at all.
Trivia time. Which action martial arts superstar originally played the Predator in
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I was going to say, I'm not going to say anything. Yeah.
I know you would get it, Tom. But yeah,
Jean-Claude Van Damme. And
I like the outfit.
Did you know that the outfit was completely different? That he looked like a big ass fucking cockroach? Did you ever see that outfit?
No.
This is true.
It looked like a big ass.
Brandon, the anime
cockroach.
guy, is now a YouTube member.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you,
brother.
Brandon.
Oh yeah, brother. So we got one just for you.
Does he qualify for the Mexican Iron Man shirt off sexy time dance?
He does. He absolutely does. This is just for you, brother. Hot off the presses. We got this one tonight. Skull!
Go!
You're a very funny man, senor.
Yes,
Yo.
that is Mike in a sombrero. All
That is not
geared out.
Mike in a sombrero.
It is. That is Mexican
Yeah.
Iron Man, all geared
Alf
out
is
in the
back.
sombrero and the Wild West outfit for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
It is him.
Bunch of lies.
Alf
around
is
here.
back.
Great show.
Alf is back.
Look,
Oh,
Alf is
shit.
not back. Don't.
There he is.
You're
Yes, he
damn
is.
right I'm back.
we
Ah!
love you, Alf. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, Mikey. Ha 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 ha.
Alf is
Oh.
a wonderful member of the Cotton Connection.
Get away! Stop looking at me! You're annoying me. You're on the screen. I see you.
I love you,
stop that right
Mikey.
now. You get away from me right now. You
Or Mike.
get away from me.
If it ain't El Perro, it's Alf. If it ain't Alf, it's Mike Roch.
Hold on.
This guy gets a lot of puppet harassment. I do
Right
feel
over
for
in the
him.
corner. Right there. Over in the
Yeah.
corner.
Right.
Do you hate puppets,
Oh,
Mike?
stop that, Loki! Do I
Can't
what?
get away.
Do you have a thing against puppets?
No, I have a thing against the stupidest sci-fi character ever created, which is you, because you're not a real alien and you're an insult to everything that's ever been known about Star Trek. Oh no, my God!
he's
what the-
I am an
Sandwich.
illegal alien, just like a lot of people you know out there. So are you saying you're racist against? Are you a xenophobe?
I don't know what I am, but I know that Alf sucks, and you like I grew up with Star Trek, and I grew up with Space 1999 and Battlestar Galactica, and that's real sci-fi, and your entire origin story is a bunch of crap. That's what I know.
You know, I knew an alien kind of like Jabba the Hutt.
I
What?
know Mike likes diversity. He ain't a transphobe.
He wasn't much of a gangster, though. And if you put salt on him, he would shrivel up.
Oh my God! There's only 8 minutes left in the show, and I'm being attacked on both sides. Help!
8 minutes?
That's what I call
Hell.
a leg sandwich.
12 minutes, whatever the math is.
We got
What in
ourselves.
the world is that?
We got ourselves a puppet burrito, and Mike's.
No, we do not have ourselves any kind of burrito here. No,
Are you my carne?
I like burritos.
no, I am not.
Mexican Iron Man is the Chinese finger trap in this
A
situation.
Mexican sandwich.
I used to know a place to get
A torta.
great cat burritos called Pussies.
Oh, I think I've been there before.
What?
Torta style.
Call me.
I think we need a Mike sandwich with a nice bit of alpha. No, we do
Oh.
not need that punk waddle. You
Oh,
You go back to the Cotton Connection.
You want whipped cream or mayo this time?
What do you mean this time? There is no last time.
No.
What the hell does that mean? There was no last time. Don't say that. The lovely Sherry's in the
amigos.
lovely Sherry's in the chat. You're gonna ruin everything.
The lovely Sherry?
Yes.
My Sherry amor.
Oh God.
Da, 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 da.
Oh God. Tom, why is it you know how he's God, that's exactly how he sounded on the show. I hate that show. I hated it.
You're the one who's out of this world, sweet baby. You're the one who's out of this world.
Oh, stop!
I'm spinning in an orbit I ain't never been in. 'Cause you're the one who's out of this. You're the one who's out of this world. Ha ha ha!
Oh God!
That was amazing.
Oh,
the 80s are back, baby.
Very well done.
The 80s are back. Top Gun's #1. Elf's gonna be in every movie.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming out with the Toys cartoon. They about to come up with a bunch of Alf shit too.
Mike
Yeah,
Crotch
right.
is wearing spandex.
I'm
Mike
getting
Crotch,
fucking
Red.
paid.
I'm going backstage and waiting for Mike to get there. We're gonna check
No,
out the
Mike is not
floor.
coming anywhere back in anybody's back.
Oh, so this is your boyfriend over here, Mike?
No, I do not have a boyfriend.
Mike and Mike, that's cute.
No, it's not cute. No, it's not.
Kind of like Mike and Ike, but not.
Look, we're both wearing red and
What?
yellow. Did you notice that? We're both wearing red and yellow. We're matching
No,
tonight.
wait, what? No, wait, hold, no. Who's
He's got a
wearing what?
point.
What? I don't understand.
You're kind of cute together.
Oh, thank you.
Changing outfits right now.
Yeah, we kind of still see some red and yellow.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me go.
There's this bald fuck.
How's that?
Why are you down there? That's kind of creepy.
Well, white goes with anything.
Anyway.
Oh shit! Okay, let's go here. There. Get away! Get away, both of you! I have
Rub
my
his head for
lightsabers.
luck.
My lightsabers are drawn. Alf, you stay away on the left or right.
Okay.
Mike
All
Rox,
right,
you
well-
stay away. I'm pointing.
Hey, I got
lightsabers.
fur. Those burn, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they burn.
I'll wait
Stay
for
away.
you in the back door.
Hey,
I'll
Brownie,
see you
quit
there.
fucking around with the help and bring me my spotted dick.
Me or the Mexican?
The Mexican.
Uh-oh, things just got really weird.
Okay, you know what? I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to this guy over here.
Is he muting us? What
I'm
happened?
not.
It's more red than it is brown. Just so you know.
I'm not talking to this guy over. Okay, hold on. I'm not talking to all you guys. I'm not talking to. I'm not talking.
I
to
actually
you.
dye it with Amber
I'm not talking-
42.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
I start dancing.
I'm not talking to this guy. I'm not talking to any of you. You all are upsetting me right now, and you're
Where's the
destroying my.
disco
Bring
ball?
me my spotted dick, Brownie.
God, 24/7. Deal with these people.
We got some disco music?
Where'd Loki go? Loki, come back!
No, Dave Bob did.
No, where'd Dave Bob go? Dave Bob, come back!
Oh wow.
Dave Bob abandoned me.
Sorry, Dave Bob. Didn't mean to
You're on
scare you
your own,
out.
Mike.
Well, he said good night, folks.
Oh, good night, Dave Bob.
Okay,
We're gonna
wait.
do an
Good night,
after
brother.
hours party.
No, we're not doing an after anything party. There's no after hours party. This is not happening.
Elf left. Take care, Dave Bob.
I'll wait backstage for you. I'll see you there.
Bye bye.
No,
Bye-bye,
you stop. You
Mike.
don't encourage him.
Bye, Mike.
You don't. God, I hate Alf. Can I ask you a question? Did you already have the Alf thing, or did you buy it after I did my?
No,
Alf
I
thing?
bought that all for you, baby.
Oh shit!
I mean, I probably would have bought it anyway, but that was the best $40 I ever spent.
God, I hate Alf.
I once knew a girl named Maria.
I have so many bad memories of Alf. I can't even I remember things like going in the living room and seeing him on the damn TV, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch something else. And everybody's like, well, just wait till the show's over, mijo. We'll watch whatever you want after that. I'm like,
People are asking for a Mike and Mike morning show.
no, they're not getting any more morning. There's enough morning shows out there. There's no Mike. No, I've got enough. There's enough morning shows that already happened.
That's great.
Mike and Mike brunch.
No,
Mike and Morgan or
no,
Mike and Mike
Y'all could squirt baby oil all over each other.
no,
Oh,
Dry off with tortillas.
no. You stop talking that way.
Good
That's
time.
disgusting. That's disgusting and unattractive.
Funny.
Good Tom.
That's what you tune in for.
Tom's so innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah, nothing good.
Oh, nobody does.
Yeah, nothing good.
Must
I
be
like
the
how
end.
Tom just happens to have the Alf like thing right like wherever his desk is. It's like right there.
It's over there in my other chair.
Mm-hmm. We got to give that to asshole to like rip up and play with.
No. Shit.
Just like no.
Nope.
Hey, I know who we need to have on Midnight's Edge in the morning. Or Loki can bring her on for YouTube Wednesdays. We need to invite Elaine. Elaine, the attorney.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
I love to see either Tom or Loki interview Elaine. Come on, that would be epic.
I would let Tug and Yellow Flash at her first, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had kind of at least given her the benefit of the doubt that she was just working with what she had to work with Amber. You know, when she would sit there going, I'm trying. It's like, we see it. We see you're trying. Yes. But then when she goes out there in the circuit and talks all this bullshit, and it's like, lady, you just did a countersuit and actually managed to win $2 million doing exactly from somebody doing what you're doing right now. I wouldn't push this too far, or you're going to get yourself another lawsuit on your hands here. So that's crazy.
Well, here's the other thing too, is that someone's paying for that attorney to go and do this press junket tour. Who's paying that?
That and if you think about this, Amber made $1 million doing Aquaman 1. She made $2 million doing Aquaman 2. She's already been paid for that. She got paid $7 million by Johnny. And you're telling me that if you took all of her assets, everything she owns, she's worth less than $2 million? Where the fuck did all that money go?
man, she just bought a house like in the middle of in some like deserted place, man. Like just showing pictures of her new house.
That's that ranch she's got. That ranch.
Yeah.
That was only like $375,000.
Costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money, Loki, to maintain a party atmosphere, especially if you're the one supplying the party supplies. And it sounds like she's done a lot of partying throughout the years, and not all of it came out of Johnny's pocket. So I'm sure she spent her fair share of money on cocaine.
I guess she just bought a house too.
Party favors, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That house was $375,000.
Wow.
That doesn't crack
in California. Where the fuck did she find a house that cheap?
It's a ranch.
Yeah, it's a ranch. Yeah, it's fully. Yeah, looks pretty nice. But
how the fuck?
Yeah, she's out there by herself. She's like, she's away from everything, right?
Well, don't forget she was drinking $400 bottles of wine by the case.
Yep. How the fuck do you blow?
She was doing
$8 million
mushrooms
like that.
Fucking ecstasy and
$8 million you blow that. Do you know what I do with $2 million? I'd retire.
You guys got to remember, first of all, okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, Mike will be able to help me with the numbers better here. Let's say I'm an actor. Okay, I get paid $5 million. First and foremost, I got to pay my taxes.
All right,
how much
so
is that
actors are at the maximum tax rate. And in California, for every $1 million that you make, you're going to keep $450,000.
I was going to say, I bet you it's about 50%, so it's pretty close.
Yep.
So right there, right off the bat, half of it's gone. Yep. Okay. Then I got to pay my agent.
That's 20%.
I got to pay my manager.
That's
20%. I got to pay my fucking assistants.
So let's keep doing the math. All of that right there, all of those people, the stakeholders are probably 10. That's another 20% off the gross of the million. So let's just go.
Yeah, and they usually get percentages, mind you. Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
So because usually it's 5, 10, and 10. The business manager, the agent's 10, the business manager's 10, and the other shit is usually 5 cents on the dollar with most people that are wealthy. And I say this because almost all of my clients are millionaires, and damn near all of them are 100,000.
So right there, you're probably down to.
So you're like, so let's say $1 million minus 200, that's 800. The 550,000 in taxes, he got 450. Subtract. So now out of every million, they probably got free flowing cash flow of about 250,000 of every million they make gross.
Okay, so if I make 5 million, that means I've got about what 1.25
million
that I take home.
Yes,
but the
Right
7 million she made off of Johnny wasn't taxed like that.
Exactly. See, that's the thing, and
right,
she spent X amount of it, but
because women have done such a good job in this amazing equality, liberal, fourth wave feminist horseshit movement. Unbelievably, they don't pay any taxes on spousal maintenance at all.
wow. So she got lucky in that instance. But again, like my point I was trying to make is, we have this idea that actors are like living these luxurious lifestyles. Unless you're getting that 15, 20, 25 million dollar paycheck, you're really not. I mean, yeah, you'll eventually be a millionaire after a couple of movies. And Amber got lucky. Like she really, I wish Johnny's team would have hit the point home more, because that one guy pointed out, like, I don't know where they're comparing her to Zendaya and some of these other actresses, because the only comparison there's to make is that she somehow managed to finagle a $2 million payday and $1 million payday out of Warner Brothers for something she's not even nearly qualified for. Right? There's no reason she should have jumped to that upper, like, just for comparison. Brie Larson got $5 million for her first appearance as Captain Marvel. Now think about it. On the level where she's at compared to Amber Heard. This is the argument they should have been making more. Amber was already getting way above her stature, and it had more to do with the fact that she was married to Johnny fucking Depp.
Yep.
Yeah. That was her meal ticket all along, was Johnny Depp.
Because before that, she was doing piddly shit like Rum Diaries and everything like that, to where, it was movies nobody had seen before.
Yep. Hello?
No, I heard it go away too, whatever it was.
Oh, that was weird.
I'm still here though.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, that's even more joke about the sequel crap, because the richest women on the planet all got their money from inheritance or from divorce, not from building a business that's multi-generational or multi-global $billion.
And with that,
yeah, I think it's time we should wrap this up.
Yep. And with that, wait, hold on. Let's do it all
Mike's
together.
got to do it.
1, 2, 3, everybody.
And with that.
Guys, it's impossible to do anything at the same time on stream.
Mikey's in the ring.
Mike, I want to talk with you about this gift of present that you got, Tom.
Speaking of Andre, Tom, I would love to get both you and Andre on for a 40th anniversary talk about The Thing, and its prequel, which was all.
I've never watched the prequel.
It had a bunch of Norwegian actors in it. Did Andre watch it? Do you know?
I think he has. I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I'm like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Right. But I'd love to talk about
Snowdub, you forgot something.
What I forget?
All goes back to Conan the Barbarian.
That's Robert E. Howard did a story that was much like this in 1952. No.
God, I love Andre.
He's probably already dead by then, but no, that's what he would come up with. He'd be like, Conan was trapped in an ice cave, and he wasn't sure who the succubus was.
Wow.
So he tested their blood by throwing their arms in the... and I believe that the story was taken directly from there.
No, it's directly
from there.
There you go, exactly.
And with that.
And with that.
And with that. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Loki, you want to take us out?
Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak Brendan, and we will see you guys next Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll and skull!
Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell. Hammer it.